Hey, what's up guys? Omar here, broker and CEO of Alden Mortgage and OMA Realty. So this is going to be your mortgage rate update. And also we're going to talk about a bill that's called the SB9 bill, which goes ahead and allows people to go ahead and build in some cases on a single family residence that is zoned for single family, a duplex or a fourplex. You know, this is just a right that most people have, but people are getting a lot of pushback, and we'll go ahead and tell you why. But let's get on with the mortgage rate update. We're going to go ahead and price out five different mortgaging products. We're going to be pricing out a 30-year fixed, a 15-year fixed, a 30-year FHA, a 30-year jumbo, and a 5/1 adjustable rate mortgage. And if you don't know what a 5/1 adjustable rate mortgage is by now, it is a fixed interest only. It is fixed interest only for 5 years, then it gets adjusted every single year according to the rate and cap on your product. So let's get on with it. So it's going to be 30-year fix will be sitting at 5.47. That is 0.11% increase from 1 day ago, 0.20% increase from 1 week ago, 0.06% increase from 1 month ago, and 2.34% increase from 1 year ago. 15-year fix will be sitting at 4.82%. That is 0.04% increase from 1 day ago, 0.09% increase from 1 week ago, 0.02% decrease from 1 month ago, and 2.25% increase from 1 year ago. 30-year FHA will be sitting at 4.80%. That is 0.02% increase from 1 day ago, 0.10% increase from 1 week ago, 0.08% better pricing than 1 month ago, and 2.18% increase from 1 year ago. 30-year jumbo will be sitting at 4.71%. That is 0.02% increase in pricing from 1 day ago, 0.04% increase in pricing from 1 week ago, 0.15% increase in pricing from 1 month ago, and 1.58% increase in pricing from 1 year ago. 5/1 adjustable rate mortgage will stay static at 4.48%. That is no change from just yesterday. 0.02% increase from 1 week ago, 0.10% increase from 1 month ago, and 2.23% increase from 1 year ago. So the SB9 bill, which allows you to go ahead and, let's say you go ahead and buy a single family residence. In a single family residence, if you wanted to go ahead and turn that into a duplex, you could go ahead and turn it into a duplex. If you want to turn it into a fourplex, in some cases you could turn it into a fourplex. So that is the pro to it. Let's say you bought yourself a really, really big house. Of course, it's a single family house. You get to do whatever you want with it, to limitations. But here's the drawback to it. The drawback is that if you do start buying a bunch of single family homes and then turning them into, let's say, fourplexes, duplexes, triplexes, or whatever you want to go out and do it, there's a little bit of a problem when it comes to vehicles, parking issues, noise ordinances. How do you go ahead and calculate, who's going to be in charge of what, who's going to be in trouble for what? Is the property owner going to go ahead and take ownership of all of that? Or is this going to be a new way of investors kind of manipulating the market to where you could go ahead and buy, let's say, not one house, but you could buy a whole row of houses. And that $1 million home is going to be about $250,000 per door if you go ahead and build a fourplex around it. So this is something that's kind of on the downside of it, because it is able to allow investors to go ahead and do something that's a little bit along the same lines of this. Parking becomes a real big issue, but here's the good part about it. The good part about it is it actually opens up opportunities for people to go ahead and get a low income, to people who don't make as much money, to go ahead and, these are small investors. For the most part, that's what it is, especially when it comes to people who are building ADUs, right? So a lot of cities are kind of like, they're a little pissed about it. They're a little bit angry about it. Cities around the state are trying to circumnavigate California's new law allowing duplexes to be built on properties previously zoned for just single family use. Now, whenever you have single family opposed to that, you'll notice that you might have a homeowners association, or you'll have certain things that go ahead and regulate. These are new laws that pass by to caddy off of old laws that kind of pass by. So it's like working in a little bit of a gray area. Their methods include everything from removing parking and forbidding vehicle ownership to requiring arbitrary amounts of mature vegetation, which I don't even know what the hell that really means. That doesn't even, if you're going to remove parking lots and you're going to do this and you're going to do that, that's going to go ahead and limit the amount of people that you're allowed to have them. It limits the amount of parking spaces you have, and then you're just not able to get it. Senate Bill 9, a state law that went into effect, this is back in January 1st, allows property owners to build duplexes and in some cases fourplexes on most single family parcels across the state. Cities more than 240 of which opposed the bill and pushed back against the state ordinances that would severely curb what property owners can build. Now, the thing with when you're buying a single family residence, you're buying a single family residence to go ahead and limit the amount of ownership that's going to be within each parcel of land. That is the whole thing of it. Now, the other side of it is being a homeowner, you could actually kind of just do whatever the hell it is that you want. I mean, that's like the American dream. That's what you want to do. If you want to go ahead and, I don't know, you want to have a derby in the back of it, you want to have a crash derby in the back of your car, you know, those cars that just bam hit each other. I mean, you can if you want to, as long as it stays within noise ordinances and health and safety regulations and all of that other stuff. But should you have a pushback? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think. The first letter to those will be sent out. Now, these are as far as warnings go. The first letters will be sent out relatively soon, according to David Zizer, who led the Housing Department's newly created Housing Accountability Unit. Zizer said he hopes the department won't have to issue letters to all cities they investigate. Now, these letters are mainly set out to the cities that go ahead and they're restricting these owners and citing them based off of, you know, hey, I don't want you to build, even though this bill passed, you can't do this. I have no idea. Now, this is just something that's going to be ongoing. We're not sure exactly how it's going to pan out, but SB9 bill, yep, you could go ahead and build a duplex, you could build a triplex on your single family residence. You let me know, is this something that should be allowed? Is there something that shouldn't be allowed? I personally think it's kind of like, it's a little bit of a gray area. It's a slippery slope. It could get really, really ugly really fast. If you're going to go buy a duplex, go buy one that's zoned as a duplex. If you want to buy a single family residence, you could go ahead and buy it. To go as far as a fourplex on a single family residence, that's a little bit much. Now, I'm all for, like, you know, if you want to do for instance, you want to do a guest house, you want to put an ADU in the back, or you want to do something like that. Yeah, but that means if you're going to have a fourplex, ideally, if you're going to maximize your cash flow, what I would do is I would go ahead and put 2 rooms per each fourplex. That would be a 2-bedroom. That would be 2, 4, 6, 8. That would be 8. And let's say for each household you have 2 cars. That's going to be an additional 8 cars per each parcel, each single family residence. So if you single family resident have 8 cars, and you start doing that across the board, it could cause a little bit of a congestion. It could just create more of a downfall than it is. I say if you're gonna zone, you have to rezone as a communal thing. Just make sure everybody on the street is okay with it, and then you could go ahead and go from there. But who knows what's gonna end up happening? A bill already passed. You could go ahead and do it, and you could just go ahead and go from there. But if you like the content, just please like, subscribe, comment. If you have any mortgaging assistance for up to 50% commission rebate or 0% listing and selling your current home, link in the description below. Until next mortgage rate update,